As hy, so, ons is hier by Nampo 2025, Suzuki, soos julle kan sien, maar nie soos wat julle gedink het nie. Hier is bote. Die goedjies wat so op die water woer. So, ons gaan 'n bietjie hoor wie is hulle, wat doen hulle en hoekom is hier bote by Suzuki? Wat is die mense wat hier is en wat so lekker speelgoed kan jy dalk by huis toe stap as jy bietjie by die Suzuki stalletjie kom draai? Kom ons gaan hoor in. Hello Nick, how are you?
Good, thanks, and yourself?
No, it's going well. It's at least not as chilly as yesterday.
A wonderful day here in Nampo.
Yeah, people definitely have to come. So tell me a bit about, I heard there's like 3 dealerships here, so not just even one. Suzuki engines are everywhere. Tell me a bit about what do we have behind you and why should the people come over here?
Okay, so behind us is Garth from Sensation, and they've got their 26 and their 22 footer here. Amazing boats, and they've dragged their boats down from Vereeniging. And yeah, we've got them over here. Then we've got us from Natal Powerboats over here. We've got a little offshore 19 tarpon, which is new, that we tested for the first time on Friday. A magnificent boat. There's a watermark pontoon, a 7500 with a 300 Suzuki. Beautiful boat to relax and go on cruises and have a bra at the back.
Those are the dangerous ones.
Yes.
The ones where you struggle to get off.
Yes. Lovely sun lounges at the back. Beautiful space on it. Lots of fancy gadgets, beautiful massive canopy to keep the sun out, and yeah, you can have a lovely relaxing day on the water.
That's quite nice. And over here we have the smaller boats.
This is the Navis 230, so this is from Suzuki Marine in Joburg, and this is powered by two 140 Suzuki, so it's a water skiing / offshore boat that can be used for a bit of everything.
Okay, and then over there?
And that's a 19-foot Navis, a little bit more entry-level boat with a 150. Beautifully matched boat for first-time boaters or anybody who wants to upgrade from a 16 or 17 footer.
So let's talk about the relationship with Suzuki. We've got 3 dealerships here. I see the Suzuki engines are pronking at the back.
Yes.
How did you guys' relationship with Suzuki start?
So we've started our relationship about 17 years ago with Suzuki, and it's actually a magnificent brand, very, very reliable brand. We were with another brand before, which was also a very good brand, but they have stood by us over the years. What we found is for offshore, water skiing, any application that you've got, the engines are really fantastic, very reliable. Cost to run is cheap, cost to maintain is very cheap. And Suzuki has grown from the time we've started from about 2-3% market share, we're now at 58%.
I know that Suzuki is also one of the biggest growing brands in South Africa. We talked about that yesterday as well. But one thing that I keep hearing is economy with the engines.
Yes.
So one thing I want to talk about is we all know us as South Africans love going deep into the ocean, pulling out those big fish.
Yes.
So tell me a bit more about your economy that you get on the engines.
Okay, so if I can speak straight from what I do a lot of offshore fishing as well. I've got a 22-foot Raptor, and then on the boats I've got a pair of these 100 Suzukis as well. And to give you an idea, we can launch from Mshlanga and travel up to Yellowtail and back and fish for the morning. And I do a tank and a quarter aside, total trip almost 100 kilometers. So economical, it's unbelievable.
That's not something you hear. Usually you just hear 5 rand, 5 rand, 5 rand, 5 rand as it idles, as your petrol goes out. But this sounds like you can go and you don't have to worry about being stranded at Yellowtail and be like, oh, I need to call someone to come and pull me out.
Absolutely, and the amazing thing is Suzuki's got an interesting feature on their engines, which is a crankshaft reduction gear, drive shaft gearbox. So what happens, you get a ratio change once at the top, once at the bottom, which makes our motors much more economical because we'll run a bigger prop than most of the opposition brands. So when a normal 100 will run a 17, we can run a 19. Other ones will run a 15, we'll run a 17. So we can run a much bigger prop, which gives us 250 revs less.
As someone who's looking at this stuff, all I hear is a lot of moving parts. Does that increase your wear, or are they still just as reliable with the new systems?
They're really, really reliable. I mean, like for instance, these 100s, we've got pairs that run commercially off Durban, which run 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 hours, provided the people do their maintenance and servicing on time. We don't have any hassles with them.
I also see we have the 250 and the 300 at the back there. What is the difference? What more power do you get from them compared to the 100?
Okay, this 250 is an ASTL. It's basically a 4-liter motor, which is the same as the 300, just detuned. Very, very potent motor, designed specifically for the leisure / bass market. That motor, even at altitude, will get you about 80, 85 k's an hour or 90 to 110 on a bass boat. Very, very potent motor, quick and reliable.
That's not something you often. And the 300, is it the same concept as the 250?
300 is the same as the 250, just obviously your gearbox and stuff on the 250 SS is different to your 300. So that 300 is an absolute workhorse designed to be used commercially or recreationally. That's got digital control, so it's drive-by-wire. So it's basically touch button to start, and there's no cables. Very easy to use.
So we all know where it is. The 4x4 course is basically just at the back there, over that little house. You can see all the blimps in the air. There's a big silo at the back there, so they should not come. Make sure that they come over here. But tell me, how can they get into touch with all three of the dealerships? Do you guys have websites?
Yeah, we've all got websites. So Sensation has a website, Natal Powerboats and Leisure Marine. They can either just go onto Suzuki itself or go directly to our website and get the link through there.
And it's as easy as that.
Easy as that.
Okay, thanks for talking to me for a while.
Thank you so much.
Right, so het julle dit. Op die einde van die dag, ons almal soek 'n boot. Maar jy wonder altyd, okay, maar as ek nou hierdie boot koop, hoeveel gaan die petrol my kos? Hoeveel gaan die dit my kos? Nou hoef jy nie meer te worry nie. Ekonomies, betroubaar, wat meer soek jy in 'n engine? En daar is dalk 'n bietjie meer bewegende parte, maar dit maak dit eintlik net vir jou makliker om seker te maak dat jy meer effektiewe engines kry wat vir jou meer terugsit in die water en minder mors in die lug. Dis Farmspace, oor en uit.